Hi everyone, we're back with OOPUS experimental TV shows, and this week we have a band, the Magpies, as our guests, and we have a bunch of questions for them to answer.
Yeah, we have lots of similarities, even though they are from England and we are from Estonia, but they also have 4 members, as we have 4 members. They, for some reason, started in the end of 2017, as we did. So they also released the first album, which we also have done. So there are questions. We have our own thoughts about our album, but today we're trying to, dig in what are they up to. And
Yep.
Yeah.
So the first question.
Well, firstly, hello.
Hi.
Yeah, I almost forgot that.
Yeah, maybe first to go around. I'm Johannes, that's Mari. We also have here Aleksander behind the lights.
Yep.
But hello there to UK. How are you and who are you?
Hi, yeah, we're great. I'm Polly Bolton from the Magpies. I play mandolin, Irish bouzouki, and 5-string banjo with the band.
I'm Bella Gaffney from the Magpies, and I play the guitar and do a bit of singing with the band.
I'm Holly Brandon, and I play the fiddle in the Magpies.
I'm Sarah Smout, and I play a cello in the Magpies.
Sold.
Yeah. Well, we have a first question here, which is like the background and how did you form the Magpies? But before actually already hearing the introduction from you, is there only one singer in your band?
Polly also does singing.
Okay.
Yeah.
She just didn't mention it. She's keeping it on the down low.
I kind of always forget about the singing after I've listed the instruments, but yeah, me and Bella do the singing.
And
we all sing,
Polly
don't
and
we?
Sarah
We all
also
sing,
sing
yeah.
as well.
We actually all
me,
sing.
me and Polly do the lead vocals.
Yeah, because when we were listening to the album, then there were like so many variety in the vocals. So we were, there must be more than one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be shy about that, Polly.
I'll shout it out more next time.
Yeah. So could you please tell us a bit about your background and how did you came to form your band?
Yeah, do you want me to start, Bella?
Yeah, go on.
Cool. So as you guys mentioned, we formed, the beginnings of the project, I guess, happened at the end of 2017, which is when I met Bella, guitar and vocals, at a gig that we were both playing at in York, which is where we were both living at the time. So yeah, we were both playing in separate projects, and I just thought she was great, and I approached her, and we had a little jam backstage that night, which was awesome.
Cool.
And then we just started having some jams together, and we just got on really well, didn't we?
But I have a question.
And then we spotted Holly Brandon playing with a different band, also in York.
Yeah.
Oh wait, did we see Sarah first? I can't remember.
It was me.
It was you. It was you. Where did we find you, Sarah?
I don't know. Where did you find me?
I think I already knew Sarah from various musical friends and colleagues, and we kind of decided that after we'd started this duo project, that we really wanted to expand the sound, and it kind of made sense to us, and we always loved the sound of the cello, because it kind of gave us the low end and also like some rhythm stuff. So we kind of knew that we wanted a cellist, so we approached Sarah about it, and then the sound obviously had already kind of got bigger, and we just wanted more and more and more. And then we spotted Holly absolutely slaying it at a gig with another band in York, and so we kind of poached her. We approached her after the gig and asked if she wanted to have some practices with her, and we locked her in a practice room for a few hours with me and Bella, and there the Magpies were born.
Perched and perched.
That you're getting the best musicians from different bands on the Magpie. Or it was, like seeing, I don't know, a member of you on the stage and then approaching, or was it like some kind of a friendship before it happened? between?
Yeah, I remember seeing Polly playing at a festival, and I was like, "Oh man, she's awesome." And then when I saw her at the gig, I was like, "How can I play with this girl?" And also when we saw Holly, same thing. And yeah, Sarah's reputation came before us, so I think we became friends after, really, didn't we?
I think so.
Debatable whether we're friends now. We're not sure.
Well, yeah, more acquaintances.
I think it's really awesome, actually, like the friendships that you form when you're making music with people. They're like not comparable to any other friendships in your life. Like there's like a deepness there, I guess, because you spend so much time together. You know each other very, very well. Yeah, confined spaces, lots of hours on the road together. So yeah, I feel like I'm really lucky in having made 3 amazing pals, as well as having an amazing band around me. So.
Well, it definitely hears to me like a dream team.
Yep.
It came up. Your band is called Magpies, so we did a little Google searching, and we're trying to find.
What does it mean?
Yeah, what's the meaning of Magpies? Maybe you can tell us what's the Magpies about.
I actually did some preparation for this interview and learnt the Estonian word for magpies, but I'm going to probably like completely ruin the pronunciation of it. So I think the Estonian word is harakas. Is that right?
Harakas.
Yeah.
With the
I probably can't do that. Nah, I get that. But yeah, I think the reason that we're named after that particular bird is the kind of, it's got a lot of folklore around it that we were quite intrigued by, and a lot of stories. Oh, just heard myself back, that's disconcerting. But also, I think magpies are known for collecting things, and we quite liked the idea that we're kind of gathering songs and stories in the way that the bird gathers these shiny objects. So that was kind of where the name came from.
Beautiful story.
Yeah, but we will go on and ask, so how is it connected with your album, first album name?
Yep.
Someone else want to take this question? Should I just keep going?
Keep going, Holly.
Keep going, Holly.
Okay, so a tiding is the collective noun for a group of magpies, which is where the name came from. And yeah, I was looking into it as well the other day, and there's some really bizarre names for a group of magpies, like a tittering and a gulp. But yeah, tiding seemed like the best one. That's what we went with.
Imagine if we'd released an album entitled Gulp.
Or a tittering.
Magpies are tittering, yeah. It's not got quite the same ring to it.
Yeah. So Polly and Bella are from York, right?
I don't actually live in York anymore, but we lived together. We lived both in York at this when we met, and we've since kind of dispersed. But yeah, we're loosely Yorkshire based.
But when you live in different cities, how's the work? Like, how do you do your rehearsals, and when do you get together?
Yeah, well, as I mentioned before lockdown, so Holly, Bella, and I were all living in York, in the city, and Sarah was was living about an hour and a half drive away, so it was kind of doable, and the majority of the project has definitely kind of developed while we were all in one place. So when lockdown happened, we all kind of ended up scattered off in different parts of the country, staying with different people, and that's kind of, I mean, lockdowns changed the world, of course, and COVID's kind of changed everyone's living situations. So I think it's for Holly and I, we've ended up down south. I'm in Cambridge, and Holly is in Buckinghamshire-ish,
just north of London.
But I think hopefully, and so far it seems like we're still able to work on new material and develop our material, and just by sending one another demos and things that we're working on, and just kind of back and forth. In many ways, we think it might actually focus our workflow a little bit. Everyone's coming up with ideas and working on their parts independently, and we have still have fairly regular rehearsals as a group as well. Just involves a little bit of travel and then a few days of focused intense practice. So yeah, I think we're all still feeling really good and really optimistic about the progress of the band and the development, even given the new living situations.
But where do you get your inspiration from? Like you create your own tunes or arrange traditional tunes, or what's your take?
We do a bit of both. So I and Holly and Sarah, we've all come from more of the sort of English traditional tunes and sort of the UK folk scene as a whole. And Polly grew up playing a lot of sort of bluegrass and old time music, so we're inspired by those genres, and we play some traditional tunes which we've arranged for the band, and then some of the songs we've written ourselves. And Polly, you've got a few other inspirations as well.
As Bella mentioned, I kind of grew up listening to a lot of American folk music, but over the last few years I've got a really I've broadened my horizons quite a lot. So I listen to a lot of Eastern European folk music and Middle Eastern folk music and Indian classical music and all kinds of weird and wonderful instruments like the sitar and the hurdy-gurdy, and I listen to some rock and prog stuff as well, a bit of metal, and kind of like try and bring some of those sounds and some of those influences into my composing and into my playing. It's all music. The best music is eclectic, isn't it? So it's fun.
But in that sense, you define yourself as transatlantic folk, yeah?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
that's the tagline.
Yeah.
So now it's now easy to say now after you have released your first album. Well, we have also. How do you feel after it? Did you accomplished something really big as a group or a band, or was it just like it's only the first step and now we can truly get going, or what was your
expectations and reality
versus reality? Yeah, and of course we can. Well, there was COVID happening this year, but what was the road towards the first album and now when it's released?
Question.
We had most of the songs and tunes ready for a long time, didn't we, before we actually went in to record? So it felt like we were more than ready to get the tunes out there. But then we're delighted to have done it when we did. I'm sure you guys have got things to say on that.
It's a difficult journey, what with COVID. We were halfway through our album sort of pre-release tour when lockdown struck. So we'd worked so hard to get it ready in time to get it out there, and then bam, COVID happened, which was a little bit disheartening. But we decided to release it anyway because why not? Gotta get it out there.
Yeah, I think there was definitely some deliberation over whether we should still release the album given everything that had happened. And I know that a lot of bands who had releases kind of scheduled were in exactly the same position. But I think ultimately as Sarah said, the songs were ready. We wanted to put them out there in the world. And, at times like this, I think music is a really important and positive, beam of light and focus in people's lives. So I think it was kind of really nice to put the songs out and reward our fans and hopefully give people something nice to listen to at a time when everything's really hard and not very nice. I think it went really well. We were very lucky to get some really lovely reviews from lots of national newspapers and radio and stuff. So I think it kind of goes to show that the appetite for music has only intensified, in the course of everything that's gone on. And if anything, it's reminded people how integral music and the arts are to communities staying together and looking after each other and supporting one another and, looking after your mental health and things like that. I think the arts and music are so important in terms of that side of life.
But for the rest of 2020, what are your plans?
So we've got Yeah, we've got one festival coming up in a couple of weeks, which is really exciting. So it'll be the first live gig we've done in about 6 months. So that's going to be amazing to play and see other bands as well. I'm really excited for that. And then after that, we've kind of postponed everything until April next year. So we'll just be writing and working on new material and trying to stay positive until April, when hopefully we'll be back on the road again.
So second album next year?
Maybe. We've not really played the first one to the world yet, because we've not had a gig since it came out. So I think maybe not next year, maybe the year after.
I have this question that, looking back, well, since you started in 2017, then do you have some guidance that you would give your past self when it comes to like being in the Magpies and creating the music that you do, and also releasing the album, etc.? So
I guess like not having the album still being mixed in January when you're planning on releasing it in March. That would be a good shout.
Give yourself more time to make your album. You'll be less stressed.
Yeah, but also I think like at that point we were so stressed, we were so worried about everything, the tour and the t-shirts arriving in time, and I think I'd just tell myself to like not worry about the t-shirts and just enjoy the fact that you're actually playing live music with people that you love, and t-shirts aren't that important. Well, they are.
It's true.
I mean, there's some pretty spectacular merch being modelled right now, actually.
Yeah,
great sweatshirt. Love it.
Yeah. I like that.
We need a sweatshirt like that.
Yeah, we do a Magpie sweatshirt.
Like we should do a merch swap. Send you a t-shirt and exchange
knowledge we have about merch. Amori has done all the merch we have, but it would be our easiest thing to do, and also to get ideas. What are you up to with your merch?
We went through so many ideas, didn't we? My favourite was a penknife to sell at gigs, but no one wanted to do that for some reason.
Yeah.
So, have you heard about a festival called Viljandi Folk Music Festival?
Not until you mentioned it earlier.
Okay, well, it was always the first time.
Yep.
Because we don't know, I think, most of the events what are happening in your country.
Yep.
Most likely, but did you get any time to check that out?
I looked it up. It looks so beautiful. The setting is amazing. Like just in the is it in the ruins of the building?
And there are like different hills looking down to the lake, etc. So it has like different artists coming all over the world. So we were thinking that what would be your dream venue or place to perform at? Maybe Viljandi Folk Music Festival?
Yeah, we would recommend you.
We would love to play there. It looked amazing.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would. It's hard to imagine doing anything like that at the moment, but yeah, we can dream.
Well, really simple question, like how people could find you.
Yes, so we are on all the usual socials. Our website, if you guys want to check out the website first, that'd be awesome. It's just the magpiesmusic.com. And as you enter the homepage of the website, there's an annoying pop-up which encourages you to sign up to the Magpies mailing list. I just say I could not recommend that highly enough, because it's Holly Brandon. She's here for my screen. I don't know where she is for you guys, but it's Holly Brandon who writes those newsletters, and they are, they're hilarious. You'll be crying, you'll be laughing. There are ups and downs.
Spelling it.
Tragedy. It's great. Anyway, that's our website, but we're also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All those socials are just Magpies Music UK. Mm-hmm. They're all the same. And we're on YouTube and SoundCloud and all that kind of stuff as well.
Yeah, I checked out your webpage before, and it was I really love the blog part as well. Like when you were describing how your camp out or the band went, and you had the video there, and it was so lovely to not see only the performer on videos and on pictures, but actually see you like behind the scenes. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what we try and do with the newsletter, is just give people a bit of an insight into the kind of fun that we get up to when we're not actually making music, and people seem to like hearing about what we get up to. So yeah, the blog is kind of linked with the newsletter as well.
So maybe to wrap up our short or quite long interview, is there anything that we didn't ask and you really feel like, this should be shared now? When does your next single come out?
What else could we say, guys?
Well, I am just thinking here, but we might be releasing a single next year, but there's a little question mark over that. But we may be putting out a new single next year. It just depends on how things go. But we've got loads of really exciting new material that we're working on, and we can't wait to share with people at the next tour. It's going to be loads of fresh tunes, lots of eclectic influences, and lots of stuff to look forward to. Also, I did hear on the grapevine a little bird tell me that there might be a little Magpies OOPUS collaboration, but I mean, that's hush hush at the moment.
Wow.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
It was really nice to get you to get to know you a bit better, and to also introduce you to our fans.
Yeah, and also to get some more experience in our English, which is lacking, and we're just trying to find the right words and blah.
But English is better than our English, honestly. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's brilliant, honestly. It really is.
Well,
So nice chatting to you guys, and looking forward to your featured week as well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And and this was the Magpies.
Yeah.
Check them out, www.magpies.com or Facebook.
UK.
UK? No,
What was the ending? .com.
It's the Magpies music.
Magpies.com.
Yeah.
Magpiesmusic.com.
Yeah.
The magpiesmusic.com. Yeah. I made this website and I've got no idea what it is.
Please just edit that last bit.
Okay, well, stay tuned for next shows of OOPUS TV.
Yeah.
We'll be introducing you different artists from Global Music Match. So this is Mari.
Hannes behind the lights. There's Aleksander.
Yep.
And here were the magnificent the Magpies from UK. I would love to hear them already live, but what can you say? Maybe not this year, maybe next year. Maybe next year together at Viljandi Music Festival.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, eh?